Okay, let's discuss writing in library books. You should never do it. Terrible idea. But people are going to do it anyway. They are. They're going to do it. That's a fact. And I would never condone it. I would never condone it. For those of you who are going to do it anyway, here are the rules. Okay? We have to minimize damage, you savages. Firstly, anyone using a pen and a highlighter, you're beyond the pale. Okay, this is a capital offense. And if you look closely enough at these people, the parts that they're usually underlying in pen or highlighting, they're never good. And I think that the stupidity of scarring a book forever is reflected in the passages that they choose to highlight. So let's hope to never run into them in person or in the books that we're reading beyond the pale. Rule number 2, always use a pencil. And because we want this pencil to be easily erasable, rule number 3 is that you have to use a specific type of pencil. Soft lead that marks easily. You don't have to push hard. Acquire a box of HBs. I find these to be the best when I mark my own books. Of course. Rule number 4, mark softly, okay? You're not blind. So you can see a soft line as easily as a hard one. The next rule is that when an entire passage has to be collected, draw a faint vertical line to signify batch capture. No need to draw 25 horizontal lines when you can just draw one. Now, not every underlined gem is equal. Some are so potent that you need to put a special sign next to them, right? So rule number 6 is to use a star, an exclamation point, some symbol to signify elevated status, special status. Yes, these other lines that are being underlined must be collected. But this one right here, ooh, you might need to ruminate on this one for a while. And as each line that you read comes crashing into your own philosophies and worldviews, so then, out of the union may come forth a new and worthy thought, an offspring. Rule number 7 is to leave a small note next to an underlined section that has birthed some sort of new thought. This is the Hegelian dialectic. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis, and that's the new thesis. This is kind of the unfolding of thoughts. We love smashing ourselves into information because you never know when the external hits the internal. You never know what will be born from that, and most often is, in fact, an epiphany, a new insight. Rule number 8 is the most important in regards to the pesky civil duty of ours. You must erase all of the marks once you've copied them into another document. You must. And for this, I recommend you acquire a pack of white vinyl erasers, the crown jewel of our childhood drawing sessions. You know exactly the white eraser that I'm talking about. Rule number 9 is to be careful when you're erasing. Some of these pages are old and delicate. Use the left hand fingers to brace the page while you're scrubbing, okay? Minimize the slippage. You want no movement on the page as you rub. And rub softly, yes, to be safe. Do your best to leave no trace. And the last rule is to blow or wipe off these rubbed eraser pieces. If you put some in your tea, you'll get a nice power-up, though that is for more advanced scholars. If you are reading the right books, you will find amazing sentences, words, phrases, passages, names, and you, by your very nature, will move to underline them for later transcription. That's right. Later, you're going to have to extract these things out of the book. Though you may disregard the policymakers and the rule makers who shun you for this activity, and trust me, we're all disgusted with you. At least now you can secure what you came for while safeguarding the supply for the next quest store. If you're going to do this, it must be done carefully.